Today by World of Facts. 25 Facts about World War I. I thought maybe most of you would like something for Remembrance Day. Here are a few facts about World War I and the reason behind the day where we all share a minute of silence. 1. Definition. World War I was a military conflict lasting from 1914 to 1918 which involved nearly all the biggest powers of the world. 2. World War I involved two opposing alliances, the Allies and the Central Powers. 3. The countries of the Allies included Russia, France, British Empire, Italy, United States, Japan, Romania, Serbia, Belgium, Greece, Portugal, and Montenegro. 4. The countries of the Central Powers included Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey, and Bulgaria. 5. World War I was triggered on June 28, 1914 by the assassination of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria and his pregnant wife Sophie. 6. Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria was the nephew of Emperor Franz Joseph and heir to the throne of Austria and Hungary. 7. The assassination took place in Sarajevo, the capital of the Austro-Hungarian province of Bosnia and Herzegovina. 8. The assassination was planned by a Serbian terrorist group, called the Black Hand, and the man who shot Franz Ferdinand and his wife was a Bosnian revolutionary named Gavrilo Princip. 9. Causes of World War I. There was a tangle of alliances made between countries to maintain a balance of power in Europe, which brought about the scale of the conflict. Bosnian crisis. Austria-Hungary took over the former Turkish province of Bosnia in 1909, angering Serbia. Countries were building their military forces, arms and battleships. Countries wanted to regain lost territories from previous conflicts and build empires. Moroccan crisis. Germans were protesting in 1911 against the French possession of Morocco. 10. Major leaders of World War I included Kaiser Wilhelm II, Tsar Nicholas II, Prince Alexander of Serbia, Sir Edward Grey British Foreign Secretary, President Wilson U.S. President, H. Asquith and David Lloyd George. 11. World War I included the first known use of chemical weapons, mustard gas. 12. The sinking of the Lusitania in 1915 brought the U.S. into the war. 13. U.S. entered the war on April 6, 1917. 14 to 65 million troops were mobilized during World War I. 15. More than 9 million troops died. 16. More than 21 million troops were wounded. 17 to 58,000 British soldiers were lost on the first day at the Battle of the Somme. 18. Other names for World War I include the War to End All Wars, the War of the Nations and the Great War. 19. By the end of the war there were 250,000 wounded British soldiers who suffered total or partial amputation. 20. The U.S. was in the war in actual combat for only 7.5 months, during which time 116,000 were killed and 204,000 were wounded. 21. During the course of the War I, approximately 11% of France's entire population was killed or wounded. 22. Battle of Verdun, 1916, resulted in over 1 million casualties in 10 months. 23. Over 200,000 men died in the trenches of World War I. 24. Trenches were infested with millions of rats, frogs and lice. 25 to 80,000 British troops suffered from shell shock.